I'm trying to think like the WTF moments in the first season.
The first
Obviously,
episode
when
or the first season,
first season, obviously the first scene with Robin
right?
was what the fuck. There was the whole, face
Translucent
sitting.
blowing up,
Oh yeah, translucent blowing up, the whole face sitting thing.
the face sitting, yeah.
I those felt a little bit more contained.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
it all happens in one scene between a couple of characters, right? Like translucent
yeah.
was just
It's not.
Huey and
It's not.
translucent, and
It's not globally connected between all the characters.
yeah, but now we have scenes with like freaking Homelander
The whole
interacting
seven versus
with
the whole boys,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and there's WTF moments in that, like fucking Stormfront.
Stormfront, yeah. Storm. That scene with Stormfront that was also in that trailer that we watched was awesome.
Well, no,
Was
I'm
awesome. I
talking
love
about
that
the
scene.
whole apartment thing.
Oh yeah, we'll get to
If we
that
want to
later,
skip to
but
that, but
we'll
yeah,
get to that later. Yeah, I'll take us a little chronological
yeah. All right.
through
So if you
kind of the
want to,
WTF moments right now. But
yeah, where do you
um,
want to start with?
well, the opening scene kind of sets up the whole season, right? Even though this has kind of been I mean, okay, so the opening scene between Starlight and what's his face, Huey. So I don't know if you don't remember the opening scene, but the opening scene of the first episode is Starlight and Homelander doing these talks, and they're to the public. They're doing Translucent's
Oh yeah,
funeral.
yeah, yeah,
They're out in the public. They hold hands. Saying nice things about each other. They look really good. They look like they're on top of the world. They look like
yeah,
celebrities.
yeah,
And then it pans out to Huey, and he wakes up in his fucking like, you know, drug smuggling basement as a fugitive. He's like smelling his shirts, like which one's better, and like putting it on and just like slouched over, and like it's all dark and damp. Like he's a fugitive.
yeah. But he is.
And but then it's like who's the good guys between the two? You
Yeah.
know, you kind of have that situation going on.
Hmm.
Um, but what is basically at the end of the day, it's just like the good guys is a great line, and obviously Homelander is basically the devil. But I think that's pretty cool. Um,
Side note: did you see like the teaser for the next episode, episode 5?
I don't think I did.
All right, we'll watch it later.
Okay,
I don't think it's
interesting.
spoilers. There's some big moments in it. I don't think it's spoilers because they
But
put it
usually
in the
when they show
teaser.
big moments in it, that means like there's even bigger moments. Like this
Yeah.
is nothing.
Yeah,
Trust me,
well,
this really is
we'll watch
nothing.
the teaser later.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
react to that.
Usually that's
Yeah.
what that means to me. But that's kind of what I felt like that kind of set up the season.
Hmm.
But because one's in the seven and one's trying to basically like kill all soups, like end soups, because that's still kind of Butcher's goal. Even though later on it kind of gets focused into I want Rebecca and
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they want to kill all soups. I mean, Butcher maybe, but like the rest of them, I think they just want to expose
no, they just want their
vaults.
families back. I think when they had families and they're living a
Yeah.
good life, they want to kill all soups, but I guess not anymore.
Well, I mean, they're
But
clearly
they're not friendly
Butcher's the one
anymore.
that's like really angry
Has
about
the
it.
issue.
I think they're more against the institution that's running the soups than the soups themselves. Because obviously they're fine with Starlight,
Agreed.
and they were
Agreed.
fine with
Yeah.
working with Mesmer in the first season, right? And
Hmm.
obviously the Kimiko is a soup, so
Yeah.
yeah, I think
The
unless they're
first
just really
episode,
picky and choosy, but
the first episode, we get tripped out. Like they totally tease us with Homelander visiting Madeline.
yeah, dude, I
I was
totally
like,
forgot about
wait, her eyes were burned out. Like
like there's like I
what?
thought it was like maybe he was hallucinating or something because the scene was
Or a
also a little
dream or
bit weird on
something?
top of it,
Yeah,
right?
and
Like
the whole thing was super weird, and I was
even
like,
for Madeline, like putting
well,
milk in
yeah, I
his
don't know. You
mouth.
never know how weird it gets between them two. They never. I mean, they always implied that it got super weird. So, um,
Not that
I thought
weird.
that was funky. I was like, oh shit. Or when he finds the bottle in the before that scene, he finds the bottle in the office.
Mm-hmm.
He like heats it up with his eyes and he starts chugging it. My
Yeah.
question is did Ashley see Homelander drinking the milk?
No, I
Because when I
think his
watched it the
back
first time,
was.
well, when I watched it the first time, I was like, no, it was back turned, like it was kind of just like a funny moment, you know. Then I
Uh
watched it the second time, and she gives this look like,
huh.
and that look was
She
given
always
long
has
enough.
that look.
I guess so. I guess so. I could be thinking too much into it, but it was almost like she saw him drinking it, but
It
it
doesn't
wasn't.
matter. Like she's
It
gonna
didn't matter
shit her
anyways what she
pants
could do.
anyways. Yeah.
Well, then it'll snap her neck. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I was kind of questioned that the second time I'm watching. Um, super terrorist, super outlaw, super criminal, or super
Super
villain.
villain.
uh, I love the whole little briefing room thing
Yeah.
that they took in.
Are you talking about the briefing room?
The where they
The
like hired
the test
advertisement
group,
like
right? The test group.
some
They had the kids, and they were seeing what works best for them. Or are you
they weren't
talking about the
kids
movie? Well, not the
when
kids, but the.
they brought those people in, basically like random public people, to kind of see how they felt about certain advertisement names and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
slogans.
Freaking Homelander, you realize he has such like a immature mentality.
Oh yeah, he's still a child.
Yeah, he's super villain.
Super villain.
This just sounds so funny.
So what do we think about super terrorist? I hate it. You know, that's what he's like, okay, strong feelings.
Well, he's super villain. I mean, there's a reason why in Walking Dead they're called walkers and not zombies.
Because they don't want a whole.
It just does. It just sounds too not realistic enough. It sounds too fictionalized and
We've used it enough to where it seems, yeah, fictionalized, like
super villains.
not realistic. Super villains.
Yeah.
Super terrorists. Super terrorists is kind of like what we would call them.
Yeah, so that's why I like the word soup. It sounds like a very realistic shorthand for what people would
Yeah.
call them. And then super terrorists, I guess, just I mean that's what.
I could see the government saying like, oh, they're super terrorists, you know,
Mhm.
because if they called them like super villains, everyone would be like, man, the government's tripping, you know. Or super criminal, where everyone would be like, what is that? Like, you mean the mafia?
I like super criminal. I
would be
think
like,
specifically villain. The word villain is just so like comic-y,
it is
comic
comic.
booky,
I think that's why
cartoony.
Homelander likes it,
Yeah,
right? Because he likes the whole superhero comic booky thing.
yeah, like the
I mean, look,
idea of. I think, yeah, the idea of just making him bigger than what they are. So
well,
like
yeah, I
the
mean, look
super
at that little
villains.
movie
Like,
with the little comic strip that the presentation that they had. It's kind of
mhm.
later in the season, or later in the episodes, where they're sitting at the table and they're like, and then he lasers the cars
Oh
tire and it
yeah.
stops and he comes out and you know.
I mean, but that's how it is if you're making a movie, right? But
Mhm.
like, fucking.
But you know, it's like, oh, well, Homelander approved this. Like, this is all Homelander approved.
Oh yeah.
he went over
He
and was like,
chose
no,
it.
no,
Yeah.
this is how it goes. Yeah. So
I
you know,
know.
it's just
That's definitely
a
the
lot.
image he tries to keep up to.
Right.
He always
And
has
that's what I'm
to
saying. Like a lot
make
of
it.
the image that Vought has is what Homelander sees for it, and that's why he kind of conflicts with like the business guy, right?
Hmm.
With Gus, I forget
His
his actual name. Edward. I think it's Edward. Edward in this show, but
yeah.
Gus from Breaking Bad.
Homelander's dialogues in all his speeches is like, come to think of it, a lot grandioser too. That's the word. But like, it's pretty heroic sounding. It sounds like you need to
Mhm.
hear like the American anthem, like as he's talking.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's what's playing in his head as he's talking.
yeah. So if you compare that to Stormfront's version, where it was a lot more um politically and like a little bit less heroic and more inspiring, I guess. Like that's like voicing like actual
She knows
specific
how to use the
changes.
people's
Yeah.
voice. She's
Yeah.
the master of using the people's voice.
Hmm.
Homelander is a master of using his own voice to get the people behind him. Homelander is more directing lightning. Like Stormfront's more directing lightning, as Homelander is more commanding it. I guess if that's a good analogy.
Yeah. I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
The Stormfront will just like get the lightning all riled up, aka the people, the public, and then be like, and go this way, you know. Let's start a rally and in front of Vought, and then they're the
Yeah.
ones who actually make it a big deal. And then she says a few words and then flies off.
It blew. I did not expect Stormfront to go that direction. Like,
what do you mean?
like
Oh, when she
shit
breaks
went
the building?
down, she breaks the building. She was Liberty.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. I saw that she had. I mean, we all knew that she was a savage, just the way that she was with Homelander, and just didn't give a shit. Everyone knew she didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But then when it went from not giving a shit to intentionally causing harm,
Like worse than Homelander.
Switch.
I think she's worse than Homelander.
She's basically another Homelander.
Unless I think she's worse. I think.
Well, you could say which one's worse. They can't be exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I think she's basically another interested party of power that's a soup and knows how to.
But it's different. She seems to be pure evil. I don't see Homelander as pure
I think
evil.
she's been doing it. I think she's been doing what Homelander has been doing longer.
Maybe.
Or at least is more experienced in it.
Yeah.
Homelander, grew up and then found this. And he's like, oh, I got this power. I could command this presence.
But here's the thing. I don't see Homelander as a psychopath.
You don't see her as one?
No, I see her as one. I see Stormfront as a psychopath. No, yeah. I see Homelander as just a person that is super confused, wasn't raised correctly. But the difference I see is that Homelander clearly has feelings. He has a god complex, but he has feelings. He's able to, I don't know if sympathize too much with others, but like, he's not straight up cold-blooded. Like, he is because he believes a certain thing. Stormfront seems like she's just pure evil. She's a racist. She's manipulative. I don't know.
She has a lot of feelings about women and how the
but does she
use it. I think so.
It was hard to believe that. I mean, she could be that. Like, she could be a feminist and a racist feminist.
Think she's like a hardcore feminist. She's kind of just like what feminists originally used to be. Like,
yeah,
they could like just like more of a equal. Like, original feminists didn't think that they needed any extra benefits.
Yeah.
They just was like, oh yeah, we could do just this. Like, we're gonna do what we can do, but we are capable. That was more. We are capable of doing more than you guys think.
Mm-hmm.
And then feminists kind of evolved into we are better and we deserve this and this because we are women. And it's like, whoa, like, I think she's like more original feminist, where she was like, we're just as capable. And you could see that from that interview she had when she was with Starlight,
mm-hmm.
where she says something like, dicks and vag are in it together. Like, just pick the right one for the job.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and she's like, oh, if you want to talk about women liberty, like, how about some pockets in her costumes, and like and then Starlight starts laughing.
She actually said that.
Good scene.
Woman liberty.
or women freedom or something like that. Like they were talking about
Well, no,
because
I was be like, if she actually said liberty, that would be crazy because she ends up being,
maybe she did. Maybe she did, but she said some kind of unique
Okay.
term,
Okay.
representing like freedom, liberty, or something like that.
Mm.
Um, and she joked around about getting her pockets, and Starlight started laughing.
Yeah.
But I like Stormfront. I don't like how she just intentionally killed that father and then the kids for yelling.
No, it's
I
because she's
didn't
racist.
see why that was
No, that reason. That's the
necessary at
reason.
all.
That's the reason why I say that she's more evil than Homelander, because
I don't know if that
she did
quite
that
puts her
because
on
she just
her
wanted
level
to.
just yet, or his level.
Maybe, but like, then again, well,
Just
going back to, I don't want to, going back to it. I think next season will answer this question a bit more about who's more evil.
yeah.
I
So I'm
think
curious.
next episode. Yeah, we'll just watch the teaser for the next episode and it'll be crazy. But
Okay.
but yeah,
so then
no,
let's move
she
on to
killed him
what's-
just, well, going back just to that, like she killed him just to be racist. Like she's super racist.
You think so? Where else? When else was she racist?
Right before she snapped the Asian guy's neck, Kimiko's brother, she's
Uh-huh.
or right after, I think she's like, you yellow fuck, or you yellow terrorist. I don't know. Like she specifically called
I
him
felt like the
yellow.
show, like everyone is always saying racist shit. So I guess I didn't
really.
make it out to be any more like
No, but then you had the whole thing too
fucked up
where
than anything else anyone else is. I mean, Homelander smashed together a blind guy's eardrums
yeah,
and
but he
said
was,
that he'll never allow cripples on the thing. Like,
that's true
it's not
too.
racist, but I mean, it's almost just as bad as racism, you know?
Yeah. But she is racist. But I don't think, I guess that's
When else
true
was
too
she
of Homelander.
racist? I mean, she said that,
When the
I
boys
didn't
went
really
to
catch the whole.
do you see the whole
Um,
Liberty scene? When the boys
oh
went,
yeah, when she killed
the black guy, the
the black guy in the
brother,
robbery. That's right. I totally forgot. Oh, okay, yeah, she probably totally is racist then.
is super racist, dude.
Yeah.
She straight up said, like he
She
was
grew
just,
up in that time, right? Because she's like 70 years old.
yeah, she's pretty old. I'm curious to know what's going on with her too.
Yeah, it's interesting. Did she find a? Do they have like a special type of compound V that keeps you young? Because Soldier Boy is young too, obviously, right?
Yeah, I guess I think so. I think Soldier Boy is supposed to be like the Captain America parody,
Right, right.
where he's the
And I also
first.
only say that because I'm cheating because I know the age of the actual actor, at least how he looks,
Uh huh.
and he's practically 40, 45 ish. Like, I can't imagine him being anywhere. I can't imagine him playing anything out of the ages of 35 to maybe 50, maybe
Okay.
50.
Yeah.
But
I
50
mean,
would be stretching.
Homelander looks like, young 30s maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I wouldn't
they're
say he
not like
wouldn't
super
be.
young. They're not like Starlight. They're not all Starlights.
No, no, no. But I could see Soldier Boy being like a solid 40 character.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so what's up with the Fresca cult?
Oh, the Fresca cult. I was like, what?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I have no idea. I think they're supposed to just represent the church. So
Yeah,
like
they are
the
supposed to be like, I think they're
state
supposed
and
to be
church,
kind of like
right?
the Mormons or something.
No, I was gonna say more like uh Catholics. The
Scientology?
Pope. Like no, like a Pope figure.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. That's how maybe, but I kind of, when I watched it, I thought back to like the divide, like back in Roman times or something, way back when, the divide
Mhm.
between the church and the state. So like they would have their monarchs or their, do they call them kings? Just their leader, like whatever Caesar is, like dictator. I don't know, like their leader
Yeah,
of the
leader.
state.
A lot of
Let's
different
just say the
cultures
king
hold
or
different
whatever,
things.
right? And
Yeah, it
then
depends on what area you're talking
so that'll
about.
be one leader, like world leader, and then you have the religious side, which is the Pope, and then sometimes they would even work together and like, you know, So the whole idea of a pope, and that's what I thought their organization kind of was. It was like, yeah. Does that make sense?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know. But why? What do you think of them?
Um, I kind of just think, I just kind of think that they have a really creepy vibe to them. You know, they're very like no emotion, follow our way and everything will be fine. And you
I
just
was
need this. And here, take this drink. Like, you know,
mhm.
um, it's mushrooms kind of thing. I think if it was going to be more Catholic, I think they would have made it seem more Catholic like
Okay.
they did with Starlight's religion. It's basically Christianity, right? They made it very much like Christianity.
Mm.
So I think if they were aiming for Catholic or Catholicism, then they would have been more straightforward with it. I don't think they're afraid to be more straightforward with it. This
Mm.
is more of like a cult thing. I think they're more secretive. I don't think they're very well advertised. They definitely have a big inner organization,
Yeah.
but cults could have big organizations. Everyone basically say the Mormons are cults, but Mormons have a huge organization.
Yeah. But I mean,
uh,
I don't have no idea what they're trying to do. I mean, maybe the next few episodes will explain
I
things.
have a theory on what they're trying to do.
Sure. What do you think?
um I think they're just another invested party, wanting to influence things that's going on in the world or in America by having their own cult superhero in the seven.
Okay.
I think I think they think that's what's going to help them, influence things more on their benefit by having a hero who is Team Fresca, and and they could influence things that way. Kind of like Starlight's religion is. What did they call Starlight's religion? Something.
Christian. It's either Christian or Catholic. They believe in
I mean, it's
Jesus.
basically Christianity, but
Yeah.
so whatever they actually call it in the show, I forget. Um, they're very well invested into it as well. They
Yeah.
basically said, "Oh, you guys could use you guys could use our God as an excuse for Compound V," which actually I don't even know if they were complicit.
Probably. Let's just assume they are.
I would assume they are because they're basically saying God gave them the gift, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, um,
But I don't know. Like they didn't really explain who knew about Compound V and who didn't. Like no, most out. They will say most heroes don't even know about it. I think the guys in Vault knows about it, like the Seven, because it's part of Vault. Knows about it just because
well,
they're so close to Vault. But
wasn't Homelander like one of the first bot guys?
well, in the first season, what I understood, he's one of the first guys they experimented with Compound V. He's one of
Which
the
is
first
probably the
superheroes.
revised version of what
Soldier
Liberty
Boys.
and
Yeah.
what's the face have. It's probably
Yeah.
a more altered or edited or whatever version, higher percentage or however it is, which means that those two generations can be significantly different.
Yeah. So
So
I
maybe the
mean,
first one you didn't age. Maybe this one you do.
it
It could
does
be
make
different.
sense because then Soldier Boy is supposed to also not age, and then Liberty doesn't age. So maybe that's the case.
Yeah,
Um,
could be. Okay, I know something we could throw down on.
what?
Um, I doubted Homelander's son was gonna have any superpowers.
He does have superpowers.
Huh?
He does have
I know
superpowers
he
though.
does. I doubted.
Oh, okay.
I doubted the whole time. I was like, he's not gonna have superpowers, and then he pushes him off the house. And I was like, he's dead. You just killed your son. He's dead. You heartless idiot. He's dead. I was just like, you did it. You done did it. I was expecting it too. I was like, this show's a savage. He'll push off the kid and kill him, and
uh,
everyone will just hate Homelander even more.
uh,
He did not die, to my surprise.
and he had super strength at least, and his eyes glowed red.
Super strength, and his eyes rolled red. So He may not be able to
But
fly.
but in the last season, you saw him his eyes glow red. So you knew he should have had superpowers.
Oh, the baby?
No, he wasn't a baby. Um, remember last season when he brought Butcher to his wife and you first saw the kid? It was like just one quick scene near the like at the end, like literally the last thing that happened in the finale was that. You remember
Did
that?
his eyes glow red then?
I think so. Let me look it
Oh,
up.
I totally skipped it.
The Homelander and Son. Ah man, it only
If
shows
you type in
the.
end of season 1 or something.
Oh yeah. So right here. I will. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna skip. The last episode. It's a different kid too. They recasted
Oh, is
the
it?
kid. Yeah. I mean, but that makes sense. They age, so. This kid looks a lot more like Homelander. Outside. Yeah, totally different kid. See, his eyes glow.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So, unless they retconned it, which it seemed like they did to some extent, like this kid clearly knows he has superpowers. Unless he's just excited he has a dad now, so his eyes glowed.
Like he couldn't help it. Maybe he didn't even know he was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I knew he had powers, but
I didn't, so it made it funny for me when he threw him off the roof.
it was still funny. It's just kid just falls in his face.
But it also shows that so he could be injected with compound V, yet still when he has kids, his kids can gain superpowers, and not only just superpowers, but the same or a fraction of the ones that you have.
Yeah, so in this case, you would be born, or at least this kid would technically be born with powers.
Superpowers, which is different than.
Unless they've been injecting him with Compound V, which I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
But maybe. Oh, I caught something. Episode 2, second time I watched it. Minute 38, 15 seconds.
Okay. What happened specifically then?
When they're in the costume store. There's a costume of Soldier Boy.
Really?
Or for Soldier Boy, yeah. It's called Soldier Kid. And
why were they in a costume store? I don't even remember what scene
they were
this
looking
is.
for Kimiko's brother, aka Mouse.
Oh.
And that's where they first ran into him.
Okay. Is this when
that's where they like first decided to look, and then.
Is this when they like snap the old man's neck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like she just walks in all casually. You see this nice old man like typing on typewriter, and just like, whoosh. You're like, what the fuck?
Well, he had an AK next to him.
Oh, okay, I guess, but just casually walks in, rips off his head.
I know, just brutally as well. And so I guess that brings us to Kimiko's brother. What do you think about him? And what do you think about that whole situation?
I thought he was gonna be around longer.
I thought so too. I could say that as well.
But I really bought their. I mean, it was set up in the first season too, so I bought their brother-sister chemistry.
Oh, I did too.
I did not know Kimiko was mute. I mean, it makes sense that she's mute because she didn't say a word. I thought she just didn't speak English.
Had you not had that? What?
I thought she just didn't speak English, and like she was like didn't trust him or anything, so she had nothing to say.
Is Black Noir mute?
I don't know. I guess he's a mute.
I don't know either.
Or like, it's probably just his character. But
yeah, you just never know.
Man, I think Black Noir makes no sense to me, dude. He's probably the most evil villain Like,
oh man, Black Noir is pretty crazy. I mean, they're all pretty evil, man. Except me, but Deep's a dick. Who else is on the team?
A Train.
Translucent was an asshole. A Train's an asshole.
Yeah.
They're pretty much all assholes, bro. Stormfront's an asshole.
Yeah.
It's just Starlight.
I kind of don't like the idea that where all supers are assholes. I mean, maybe only the most powerful ones, like the ones that are in the 7, are assholes, minus Starlight.
Yeah,
But
well,
like
Eagle,
Maeve
Eagle,
isn't.
who's part of the cult, isn't really an asshole.
It's not an asshole, but you don't know what he has done.
Yeah, but it seems like he's turned a new leaf.
But
He's come to
you
Jesus.
straight up just called him a cult. He's turning.
Not all cults are bad. Like I said, the Mormons are
he's
considered
mind
a cult,
fucking
but they're
the
pretty friendly
deep.
people. Huh?
He's mind fucking the deep, man.
Okay, the therapist or whatever the fuck that cult acolyte is mind fucking the deep.
And Ego.
He's just a recruiter.
You know, Ego is straight up copy of Hawkeye,
Yeah, of course.
and then Stormfront is supposed to be a copy of Thor. So definitely this
Okay.
season they entered Marvel territory. So
Okay.
season 1's DC, and now they're like, yeah, here's some Marvel stuff.
There's some Marvel stuff. Yeah.
But actually, I was surprised to see the actress that played the therapist. She was in a lot of things that I liked. I love a lot of the characters she plays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in Breaking Bad. She was Walter's partner before Dark Matter or Black Matter, Gray Matter, something like that. His company
Oh yeah.
before
oh,
he
okay.
went to teaching and stuff.
Right.
Is it Grace? Something. What
That
I forget her
sounds
name.
right.
Something.
Sounds right. Mm-hmm.
And then you watch the show Friends?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Vanessa more so than I.
she's the lesbian partner of Carol, which is Ross' first wife.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, so so that's her too.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's played very stoic characters.
Okay. All of her roles have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty meaningful.
But yeah, so I was
She
surprised to see
actually had
her.
a decent role in Breaking Bad, huh?
I think so. I mean, they're Walter
They
White's
used her.
origin story.
Yeah, not only that, but they used her as a reason Walter used her as a reason how he was getting all the money.
Oh yeah. I just rewatched that scene randomly on YouTube a few weeks ago. It's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, it was.
Man, Breaking
She did a
Bad
good
had some
job.
good moments.
So the deep on shrooms, in the room when he starts talking to his gills.
Yeah, that
I
was
thought
hilarious.
hysterical. I thought it was hysterical. I thought it was pretty realistic to what shrooms would be like.
Okay.
I never taken enough for me to hear voices or for me to hallucinate hardcore. I've hallucinated a little bit. But you don't really get lost in thought that much. But maybe if you are more twisted in your head, the unraveling of all that is more severe. But it wasn't that bad for me, and it wasn't that bad for Vanessa.
They just Hollywooded up a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, but
it's a funny scene. They were just singing. What were they even singing? Oh my god!
Forget the song, but the song was awesome. It was a good scene. You are so beautiful.
Yeah.
You are so beautiful to me.
It was. Every scene of the Deep is so hilarious. I love the Deep.
They just made him like pure comedy after his asshole scene. He was just like pure like.
Yeah, right. He's one of the heroes that from episode to episode he got better and learned his mistakes. Right.
Well, yeah. Well, when you start from the bottom,
yeah,
it's easy to slowly build you back up. You know?
So he's definitely one of the heroes that I would put him on the
like to turn a leaf and come around and
yeah
be one of the good guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe A Train to some extent. I mean, obviously A Train's already
I don't
in.
know. I don't like A Train at all.
Well, he's already obligated. Like he got pulled to their side whether he wants to or not, because he's
Did you notice? I didn't notice this until I watched it the second time. But and I don't know if it's a big deal at all. But the boys where they're bunkering down with the Haitian kings.
okay.
They were smuggling all those drugs and stuff like that in A Train shoes.
I did
So I don't know if
not.
I don't know if it's just like saying like, oh, we're doing it in Jordans or something like that. But so I don't know if he's connected in any kind of way, or because he's pretty connected to the underground.
Is he? I mean, I don't know. Did they explain that at all, or?
No, they didn't really explain the shoes or anything like that. So it just could have been a coincidence.
Yeah, I think
they did do a frame shot on it, so they did take the time to frame shot it,
and
like go out of their way to put it in there. So I don't know how significant that was supposed to be. Maybe it was just more of like, how they always had frame shots of like, oh yeah,
they just
have their superhero merch on it. All the Halloween stuff has superhero stuff on it. They kind of do those shots here and there.
Yeah, I think but I think A Train's definitely gonna be also redeemed in some way. Maybe.
Really?
Maybe not fully redeemed,
it'd be hard for them to redeem A Train.
Well, he's already on their side. Like he doesn't want to be, but he's like
on their side again.
Because Starlight blackmailed him.
Yeah, but he doesn't mean he's on their side. It's just like he can't rat them out. Like he can't go against them, but doesn't.
But that's what I mean. Like he's already, yeah. But I mean, already kind of like
he was forced into a neutral party.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of just.
But he wasn't forced onto their side.
But like with the whole thing now, where like, Homelander kicked him out of the Seven and stuff, and I think he'll kind of turn against them naturally in some way. So kind of setting up like I said, not like a full redemption, but like kind of like
a Seven definitely will
enemy of my enemy situation.
Yeah, I could see that going down.
Yeah.
I forgot about him getting kicked out of the Seven a little bit.
Yeah.
At least in my diagnosis of him turning a leaf or not, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. So I think it's funny, like he just for some reason has heart issues now from all his speed.
Basically an old man.
Yeah. Homelander's not scarier than everyone.
Homelander's on a psychotic path to destruction.
Well, like I said, we'll watch the next episode, you'll see. But fucking when he choked himself out, I'm like, nothing good can come out of this. I actually
from physically killing yourself.
I actually thought he was so into himself that he would let himself suck his dick. He would just suck his own dick, and he would be so happy.
I thought he was gonna go through with it too. Yeah. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 sec. But yeah, that whole scene was just gross, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Homelander
all those scenes with him, because once you realized it was Doppelganger, you're just like, oh. Like,
I love it. He was just like, turn back right now.
Turn back right now.
He turns back and he's like, all right, it's all good.
All right,
nothing happened.
Okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
Yeah. Stupid ass doppelganger. Like, what does he think is gonna happen, man? Like,
I don't know. It's probably just pure fear.
I'm just gonna suck Homelander's dick and everything will be a-okay.
After that, everything will be great.
Yeah. He's already making me turn into Stillwell and like shoving my breast milk in his
I
mouth.
just gotta go a little bit further. Finish line's right there. Finish line is right there. Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, I
it's
thought
so
it was
funny.
super stupid actually with Kimiko's brother.
Mhm.
They used
What?
duct tape to hold him.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Have you ever been duct taped like that? Maybe it's really strong.
If it's a soup,
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I think it was smart that they duct taped his hands. But I would have duct taped his hands behind his back and then around his entire body.
yeah. But he doesn't have, so I don't get it. I guess not all superheroes have super strength.
Is there another one that we know of that's not him?
The other Asian guy, I guess his ears blasted.
We don't know he doesn't have super strength.
His name is Blindsided.
Blind.
I guess maybe Homelander is just the strongest one, so it's super easy to smack his face in.
Yes.
But like, if you think about
Like
Kimiko,
Starlight's pretty strong. Kimiko's
she
pretty
got
strong.
shot. She straight got shot by Butcher last
Is the
season.
Deep really that strong?
Well,
I think he was. I think in the beginning episodes they did show him.
they
doing
showed
some
him
heavy
being
lifting.
strong. Yeah. As strong as the other guys, I don't know, but like, they don't really explain how strong some of these people are. But like Kimiko took quite a beating, if you remember from A Train. Like she should have been, her skull should have been crushed in.
Yeah.
So like she can, and then same with she died from Black Noir, but then she revives. So maybe her power gives her this strength or whatever. But like she has a lot of strength too. But it just seems like, I don't know. I guess Mesmer didn't look like he had that much power.
No, he was weakling. He was more mental.
Yeah, because he got his arm snapped like nothing. So maybe just
Yeah.
not all, like translucent. Obviously, like he said, he was bulletproof and stuff like that. So his powers definitely went beyond just going invisible. So, Queen Maeve seems like her power is literally just super strength.
Just basically Wonder Woman, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell.
Well, I
has,
think
like,
they just
what
follow the
power.
characteristics of whatever hero they're knocking off, really. And most of those heroes do have super strength, so
Yeah.
you
Oh
kind of look
no.
at it like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
Stormfront definitely has super strength.
mhm.
Who's the other person we saw? I don't know.
Well,
But
Black
yeah.
Noir.
Oh, the kid, the guy that fucking Starlight blackmailed like a savage.
He doesn't have super strength.
I don't think he does. They didn't. I mean, they didn't put him in a situation where we need to see it, but
It's true.
it just seemed like he
He's a
regenerated.
funky guy, huh?
Yeah, I felt so sorry for him. I didn't think
Starlight
Starlet
was
would be
good.
that
It's pretty
savage.
vicious.
Yeah,
Pretty vicious for Starlight to go through.
it definitely seemed a little bit out of character because she's so nice and stuff, and he's just this kid. They were childhood friends.
Yeah, unsuspecting.
They didn't show
Shows
him
you
do
what,
anything
like, I think
bad.
maybe it's a gradual. It's showing kind of gradually what Starlight is turning into.
I guess, yeah.
I guess it could just kind of show you how easily.
Well,
he
she
turns
has to
out.
be like that if you're gonna survive up against A Train. Like, she was
Well, and
pretty.
Homelander.
Yeah, right. She was pretty brave in front of both of them. More so A Train with the whole.
hmm
Um,
And her first experience in the Seven wasn't great, so.
I loved their first scene together. She was just like trying to see what if he remembers
Yeah, so
anything.
what's going on? Like, how much do you know, and how much did you tell everybody?
I thought it was hilarious.
Cool, or you hate me?
Yeah.
So, turns out they're not cool. Yeah, but now they're mutually, stay out of each other's
She
way.
did save his life.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Um,
But I don't think he's
Homelander-
like as
Homelander
far
might be-
as
huh?
well, I was gonna say as far as A Train goes, though, I don't think he's like that far off the socially acceptable meter. Like he's not too far in the psychopath range. where I think he can
He is
still
not too
see.
far into the psychopath range. He
Yeah.
dips into it
Yeah.
all the time, but he's definitely not as far gone as Stormfront or Homelander.
I like
or
how
Black
his it seems like they really focus in on his motivation really is the fame and fortune. Mainly the fortune, like fame for fortune.
Which actually brings me down to a quote that he says kind of something about it. You know, it was when him and Starlight were talking, and he's like, "You don't fuck with the money, you know. You don't fuck with the money, you know. There goes the bonuses, the cars, the houses." And Starlight says, "You know, those aren't the only important things in life." And he says back to her, "The only people who say that are people who grew up with money."
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It was mind blowing. It's like I think it's very true. Like people who has money take it for granted, and you know, there's more important things in life. But like, it's I think it's a very to be honest, I really think that's a very American dream, a little bit naive ideology,
Mm-hmm.
where you know there's more to life than money. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know, money doesn't make you happy. I think what he says is really true. Like money doesn't make you happy, but money without money, it's like if you have money, it doesn't guarantee 100% you're not gonna be happy. Or
I think of
with
it as like
100% you'll be happy, but if you don't have money, it's pretty much 100% chance you're not gonna be happy.
I think of it as a life resource, right?
Yeah,
Unlimited resource is not going to make you happy. No resource will kill you.
yeah, right. So you know, money isn't everything, but it's enough where without it you'll suffer
You could
regardless.
suffer miserably.
Right, right. Like if I don't know if like if happiness is everything, family, money, fame, pride, everything
You already
that is
have
good.
so much of it, and then
Yeah,
like to be in A-Train's position, right? He's not in Strug City. He may have experienced it growing up, but he's not currently struggling. So to still have that mentality, is that valid or no? Because now he is someone with money.
I think it's valid.
You think it's valid still?
He
I don't
knows
know.
the importance
I
of
don't know if I
money,
agree
and
with
that if he knows that if he loses it, he'll be back to where he started. You know,
It's
if you
true.
grew up without money, money's that important. The money's literally the only difference between your old life and your new life.
It's true.
Then it's money's that important. You know, money will be that important. You want to hold on to it, and it makes sense. Like
That makes sense.
yeah,
Right.
like because he did come like the backstory they gave him was a more normal like of property. Like you know he had the whole talk with his brother last season and parents and stuff like that.
That's right.
Um,
Seems like he had a nice brother, nice family.
yeah, so I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And Starlight is white princess. her
Mhm.
her mom did take care of her.
Pageants and everything.
Jesus, man,
Yeah.
like a gold mine in there.
Sorry, man.
Okay, it's like,
No gold today though. I'm gold earlier.
I mean, like you're going in deep.
My pinky's my gold finder too.
Jesus.
Yeah, you got into it. So then shortly after that conversation, news breaks that Compound V creates superheroes, right? So that is now in existence
Mm-hmm.
worldwide in this reality of the show.
I
How do
want
you
to
think that
know.
affects everything going forward?
It seemed like it was all planned or something. Freaking, I'm just gonna call him Bryn or you know Gus.
Guys, his name's Edward in the show.
Edward. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Edward then. Like he seemed like there was like one scene where he seemed like he was thinking hard about the situation, but he seemed like
Which
he
way
has
he was gonna
everything.
go.
Yeah, but it just seems like he has everything under control, and like everything is falling according to plan. That's what it seems like from most of them.
No, you know why I say no to that
Yeah.
is because that conversation between him and Homelander, and he says you're over there doing the Golden Globes and we're over here mopping up your mess. But you seem frustrated when you're saying it. So I think he is kind of juggling and trying to clean up after whatever Homelander decides to do. I think he does have Homelander ringed in, and I think he does have a plan for Homelander, and I think it's a good plan. And I think
his plan is Stormfront.
I think he does feel in control, and I think his plan, I didn't think about that, is probably Stormfront.
Because he's the reason why she's there.
Right. He's the one who backed her and everything.
Which would be mindfuck, because would that make her be racist or not? Because he's a black man. But if she's racist...
show?
What do you mean in the show, Gus?
Well,
Edward?
He wasn't black in Breaking Bad.
He's Chilean, I guess.
Chilean, yeah.
Chilean. Wait, black Chilean? He's a black man.
Chilean, because in Breaking Bad, he grew up in the Chilean jungle.
He isn't black. Yeah, his last name is Esposito.
Told you. Racist
He is Danish. What the fuck?
He's Danish? I wasn't expecting that.
I guess he was he was born in Denmark. Copenhagen,
wow.
Denmark.
Wow, Copenhagen.
Okay. Oh, he has your birthday, dude.
Hey!
April 26th. Hey, that's interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so he's not his actor isn't black, and in Breaking Bad he wasn't black.
But do you think he's of African descent?
Could be.
Like,
could be.
He looks pretty black.
What is his actual ethnicity? Did it say? I forget. I know it says he was born and raised in Denmark. But, you could be born in America.
Nationality's American.
Jesus. Oh, all right. Well, that's what it is.
I'll have to read
deeper
through it. Yeah.
It's probably too much. You'd probably have to see, what nationality is Esposito. His last name.
Yeah.
That seems pretty specific.
His dad is Italian, I guess.
Oh, okay.
His mom is he's half. His mom is African American. He's a nightclub singer, yeah. And his dad is Italian, so he's half, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Yep. His mom grew up in Alhambra.
Alabama, huh?
Oh yeah, Alabama. Wow. I read that's Alhambra. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens next. Do you want to see what happened with the teaser for the next episode?
Let me see if I have anything else to bring up before we go to get into it.
Sure.
Do you think how Stormfront understands how big of a threat Homelander really is?
I think she does, dude. He's too much of a high profile and she seems to really know what's going on in Vault. And especially considering how, assuming she's also Liberty and she's really old, there's no way she's naive to Homelander.
Ignore his existence all the way up until this point.
Yeah, because it seems like everyone pretty much knows how Homelander is inside the company. Word gets around, you can't really keep it too much of a secret. So yeah, I mean, even freaking when what's her name? Butcher's wife called whatever contact, and she was like, "What the fuck? Why the hell is Homelander here?" They weren't surprised at all. They're like, "Sorry, he seems to be really angry about this, so we decided we can't do anything about it." And so they seem to be fully aware of how Homelander is, So
yeah, you know why I also don't think Homelander has any emotional feelings or anything at all?
Why?
It's the way he fired A-Train. But you can't run. We'll always be friends, etc. Kicks him out. Like, he likes doing that. He likes to like pretend he has feelings and then get lazy and just say etc.
Yeah. Dude, Stormfront totally stole his line. Did you catch that?
No.
Remember in the first season, you know what his thing was? He always go,
What?
"No, you're the hero."
Oh my god.
He always said that, and Stormfront
I
stole
caught
it
that
from
she
him.
said that, but I didn't remember that being like his
No,
staple.
that's his thing. That's remember in the plane, you know, everyone's like, "Oh, Homelander, thank God you're here." It's like, no, 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 it's all good. You guys are the brave one. You guys are the hero. And then like, he like same thing when he, you know, when they were in that tall building and there was like a shooter. They were talking to all the cops. Even at the beginning, like the very intro scene where they're chasing a bunch of robbers, and then to the media and stuff like that, or whatever. He always says that. You know, you're the hero. He always pushed the compliment back to the people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, she's a master at doing that.
yeah. So when Stormfront stole that, I'm like, holy shit. And then like they're just like staring each other down. And Homelander's looking at her. I'm always like, holy shit.
Dude,
Something's
he was
gonna.
going nuts so staring at
Yeah.
her, he was fucking lose it.
But she like straight up was staring back. I don't think it
I
was
know,
she was
dude.
looking
She
that
doesn't give a fuck.
direction. It was like they were
She was
dueling
enjoying.
it.
She was trolling him. She was enjoying his anger.
Yeah.
She was soaking in. She was literally licking his tears.
Even when he threatened her, like straight up confronted her, laser beam eyes about to blast her.
Yeah.
She like backed off a little bit, but she didn't really back off. She was just like,
And she's like, "All right, big guy. All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Everything's cool."
She
Like, you
she's
fucking
straight up,
idiot.
yeah. She can handle herself
Yeah, I don't
against.
think she's that afraid. I think it's more of like a how would I compare it? Okay, who's stronger than Thor on the Avengers? I'm drawing a blank.
No one. The Hulk is equally as strong.
That someone was stronger. Okay, never mind.
I mean, I think physically, if you're just talking about physical strength, it's the Hulk is stronger. But, you know, if you count
Generally.
Thor's like lightning powers and his he can fly and stuff like that,
Never mind then.
yeah.
All right, but I'm ready to watch the season 5, or episode 5.
Yeah.
Teaser.
All right. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. All right. You can hear it and everything, right? Let
Yeah.
me know if you can. Only 30
Yeah,
seconds long.
I heard it.
Cool.
Just got off the phone with Butcher, and I think something might be wrong.
What would make you think that?
He was nice.
Tell me everything he said.
Oi, Billy, you should have told me you were bringing company.
We're in a little bit of trouble.
Black Noir's here.
You want to take me on, do you?
How can I stay quiet after Homelander's war crime?
Everyone just relax.
Oh my god.
That's what I mean. I'm just like, is this how big of a spoiler is this for next
Shit goes
episode?
down, bro.
I'm just like, okay, maybe he is a psychopath.
I told you, bro. They're both silent. They're both psychopaths, and so is Black Noir.
I
I mean,
guess.
Black Noir was a psychopath. The second the blood was coming out of that cup, and he's like just sprayed it and then set it down and started playing with the kid.
Are they
like-
just trolling us with that character though?
What do you mean?
Like,
Black
was-
Noir? You think they'll never ever
remember when they
reveal
first?
anything about it?
No, remember when they first discovered? Everyone in the world discovered that about Compound V and that soups were created. There's a shot of Black Noir crying. He's sitting on the ground,
Oh yeah.
almost
yeah.
fetal position, hand to his face, crying.
Yeah,
And I'm just like,
uh-huh.
I'm like, why are they showing us this? Like, nothing. What is Black Noir? I don't get it. So yeah,
I don't know. I think he's gonna be one of those characters that they never really will explain unless the show goes on for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, I don't think they have any immediate short-term plan.
Yeah. Well,
dive deep
I
into
know
his
I know what happens with him in the comics, so I know a little bit more, but I don't want to spoil any of it for you. So
Yeah, and so I think
Yeah.
because there's history in the comics, there's potential for them to develop something.
uh-huh.
But I could see them not developing anything in the near future, so that they could take their time to develop something. Like I bet they're already thinking about it, but I don't think they're gonna really drop anything except hints,
Hmm.
because until they know for sure what they're gonna kind of lead into.
Yeah.
They may have a skeleton, and then they may hint towards that skeleton.
Well, I'm hoping
I
they
don't-
make it a lot different than the comics because, like I said, I know what happens, and like I don't think it'll be interesting. They already changed a lot of things about the show. So, I
they'll
think-
change Black
yeah.
Noir a lot, or else he would have been very similar. Like because a lot of the other characters in the beginning of the season are they similar to the comics? Like the Deep and
Yeah, they're similar.
A
They're-
Train and stuff. I
yeah,
remember you
they're
going over a little bit last time. They're a little bit similar, right? So I think the first introduction is going to be the closest it is to the comics.
yeah. I think it was more yeah, I don't quite remember too much of the details with them in the comics, but there was like similarities, but there was quite a lot of differences too. Like I said, Homelander was the one that you know, had Starlight suck his D in the comics. So there's big differences like that too. So then it kind of made the Deep less I think the Deep was I don't think he was involved in that. I think it was A Train in the comics. It was A Train and Black Noir. That it was like they joined in after Homelander. So I don't think the Deep was
Savages.
yeah. So it does change like the perspective of how you see certain characters.
Black Noir and
Yeah. Yeah.
and even A Train. I mean, A Train's evil, but he's not. He wasn't, that bad at least. Not saying he isn't, but could be.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
yeah. So far A Train hasn't done like anything that is like perceived as pure evil other than maybe
no, he
killing
hasn't
his
done anything
girlfriend.
evil. He's done some bad stuff. He hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
evil, though.
He killed his girlfriend. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that
bad.
was-
That's like probably the
yeah.
worst. I would even say killing Robin, like he was freaking
Wasn't
out.
even bad.
It was like
Yeah.
it was bad. Like in
He was like, "Oh,
reality, it's
shit."
bad.
He was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, but
But
it
he
wasn't
just
bad.
handled it like a powerful celebrity where he can get away with anything. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
And his attitude has
Gosh.
always been more like a spoiled brat than like
Yeah.
a pure evil person. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
So
Which you lose your credit on because you said the same thing about Homelander, but I'm pretty sure he's pure evil.
I get maybe the show just did a good job with getting me to like sympathize with him in some way.
I think they
You
were
know,
trying to get you to sympathize with him, but then I think they also had a lot of shots where they're like they make you go back up and down with him.
Yeah.
But I think at one point it's like, okay, well they can't go too far up after this.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't go further that far up after this point.
Cuz like I truly believe Homelander when he was talking to the shapeshift guy as whatever when he was just talking to pretty much Madeline, but like really he's talking to himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying like
You really believed that emotion?
yeah, he believed that, he
And
raised
he has connections with
seven.
certain people, and I think that was with Madeline and his kid, and that's it.
I don't think he has connection with his kid. I think a kid is just a
Oh,
way
I think he
to
loves his kid dearly. I think he's obsessed with his kid.
I think he's obsessed. I don't know about love. I think he's obsessed with it because he wants to be a father figure. Because he saw himself as a father figure to the Seven, like he's the leader. So the whole idea is, I think he lost control
Of the seven.
of the Seven, of Vault, and of his image and everything. He lost control of so much that he wanted to be a father figure to this kid just to assume control in some way again.
Yeah. I'm curious what we're gonna see on episode
Yeah.
5. Do you know when its release date is?
It should be soon. Let's see. The Boys.
Should be within a week or even a couple days.
Release date and time. Should be Thursday, September 7th, today.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It shows at midnight, which is 7 p.m. Eastern time. That Thursday. Okay, yeah. So it literally should have. Yeah, it was
Probably
released
already
tonight. Yeah. I can check, but yeah. So
Cool.
that teaser's not really a teaser. Maybe I should watch it because I'm actually really curious to see what cracked in Homelander. I mean, I already know what cracked, but yeah, that's.
I'll watch it during work. Well, cool. I think we're good there then.
All right. Time to.
Another successful cast of our 4 episodes of The Boys. Thanks for joining us. I hope you guys are enjoying this show because I know I really am. I don't know how many episodes are going to be in this season, and Jensen Ackles I thought was going to be in this season, but I think Nate said he actually was supposed to be in season 3. So that was a disappointment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. People are speculating there might be he might be part of the what's it called? Like the final finale, like a teaser for what's coming next season. Kind of like Homelander and his son.
It can be the teaser, yeah.
So people are saying they might be a teaser. It's also strange because they announced his that he was going to be next season so early on. They announced it before season 2 even came out.
An episode on season 2, which probably was the last episode or something.
Yeah, right. It's interesting. So
that makes sense.
We'll see
that
what
would
happens.
Make sense to me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I still look forward to it. I'm now on season 11 of Supernatural, so I love that show. I really do. But once again, thanks for watching us.
Right.